Good afternoon. Welcome to the Indian Super Series Chandigarh. It's the third match of the day here at the beautiful JR Institute. I've just had a lovely conversation with the founder of this phenomenal sports ground. And what a story it was, how he built this ground in 1999. And it's now a first-class cricket ground in Chandigarh. These players are so lucky to be here. It's a beautiful day. The rain's away, finally. We've got the Cheshire Cats up against the Joburg Jets. Cheshire Cats had a beautiful game last night and snatched defeat from the jaws of victory in an absolute thriller against the Erode Panthers yesterday evening under the lights. Conditions today far better for cricket. There's no dew on the outfield, it's dry, pitch is hard. Joburg Jets making their 2024 Indian Super Series debut. They of course were with us in the 2023 event, but they have yet to play a game in this tournament. So there'll be a few nerves out on the field there for them. They'll be itching to start. I think what I hear is that the Cheshire Cats have won the toss and elected to bat. The old theory of runs on the board and scoreboard pressure coming into play there, and opening up the batting is Dave Hurst and Sam Gott. Dave Hurst had an interesting innings last night. He was playing a lot of laps, so he was battling with the glare under the lights. It's the first time he's played in India. And it looks like we've got Armand van der Merwe opening up the bowling for the mighty Global Jets, and what a phenomenon they've become. One of the big touring teams. They went to Malaysia, world champs in Cape Town. Ahmed's charging in, good shape the outside off. And the Cats are off the mark. Sam Gott here on strike. I thought he was bowling a little bit of a way shape there, but that one seemed to wobble back in towards Sam Gott there. Good delivery from Armand van der Merwe.
Who's up for it here, boys? Let's go, Aras! Let's go, Aras! Who's going to have it the first crack here, man?
Excitement there on the ground from the Cheshire Cats. I can hear them in the commentary box. He's gone for it already. Sam Gott's got for the little paddle, and he hasn't hit that cleanly. So that was fielded there by Jandre Johnson. We've got two superb wicket keepers in the lineup. Do the Joburg Jets. Ruan Kutzer looks like he's got the gloves today. Jandre Johnson's made the South African team. He's gone for it again. Oh, that's the highlights. Did me in again. I'll get it right soon. So Sam Gott on strike. He's on 2 from 2. He's come down the wicket there. Good bowling from Armand. He looks like he's in business mode. Very quickly back to his bowler's mark. Getting a bit of a way shape.
There we go, good nice dog.
Team owner there, Hollywood, does the fielding in the deep. So 4 after the first over for the Cheshire Cats. No wickets down. Wonder if Dave Hurst will be trying the lap today. Played it with the plum yesterday. It's the only way he can actually score runs. And a useful little knock though, supporting Luke Robinson, who was just sublime.
Let's go, Jono. Let's go, Jono.
Had a very close game against the Road Panthers.
Let's go. What is it? Spin or? Yeah, spin. Let's go, JJ. Let's go, Jono. Yes! Moi.
Johnson coming on to bowl. Fiery character.
Let's go, fellas. Let's go,
Sure, I'd
fellas.
open with him.
Hard work, Jono, boy. Yeah. Have a look. Take on the arm. Please take on it. No. There we go. Ara, mooi, Ara. Keep going, fellas. Hard work here, Jono.
Joining me in the comms box is Mr. Wayne Grieve. Wayne Grieve had a late night last night, finishing up at 2 o'clock in the morning after struggling to get an Uber back to the hotel. Welcome, Wayno.
Good afternoon, Bjorn. Glad you clarified why it was a late one. I wasn't in Sector 26
Hard work, son.
with some of the teams.
I don't even know what Sector 26 is, Wayno. You have to explain that to the audience.
So Sector 26 is where all the nighttime activities happen in this part of the world. It's a great location with some great restaurants and bars, and some of the teams have been frequenting
Let's go, Jono, boy. Let's go, Jono,
that
boy.
part of Chandigarh. But I was in the hotel room trying to order some room service, and I must say it was a very tasty chicken sandwich from the Radisson. Just as you see a dot ball outside off stump. So yeah, enough of that. Back to the cricket. So Bjorn, how's the wicket been playing here today?
Beautiful deck. It's batting heaven out there, I think. Play through the ball, you can trust the wickets. It's a bit quicker than Cricket Hub. A little bit more bounce in it, but you know, similar track though. So Cheshire boys at an advantage having a game yesterday, I would say, against the Joburg Jets, this is their first game.
I think they've been struggling to get any sleep. I've heard from Steve Hayes that they were also ordering room service at 5 this morning, so I'm not too sure what's going on with the management structure there. 5 o'clock in the morning, you shouldn't really be up ordering room service, but
I think that's when they came home.
so I think Dave Hurst, 3 from 3, he will like to show what he's made of. He did say to me last night in the car park how he was struggling how unique these conditions were with the dew in the outfield and wickets that were skidding on. But he's a good player once he gets going, is Dave Hurst. He's just struggling to find his form at the moment, though.
It's half a chance here. Where's it gone? Safest shot on the book. Over the keeper's head.
So that should have been put away, and I think Dave needs one out the middle here. He's not the Dave that we used to seeing, but he's only been there for 5 deliveries. It just takes one out the middle, as you know, Bjorn, and then
settles the nerves.
So any news on the toss, Bjorn? Do you know who?
The Cats won the toss and elected to bat. Wanted to get runs on the board. Apparently it's the game plan here. They're looking to target about 145.
Do you think that's enough?
From what I've seen today, I think that's defendable, but
Gone deep in his crease, pulled away, and that's the first boundary for the Cheshire Cats. So good shot from Hurst, just going deep in his crease. realizes that Nishan's taking the pace of the ball, almost played him like an off spinner.
It's a lovely shot in that. As we were saying, will settle his nerves. He'll be a lot more confident now, and hopefully his feet will start moving. Have a look at the replay again. Just too full from Nishan Kishore. And he's too good a player to miss out again. He's playing that all night. It was his only shot last night.
So 2 more. So this is turned out to be a good finish to the over for the Cheshire Cats. 8 of the over. So they're starting to get those skylines going. We don't quite have the graphics of the over by over, but I can tell you that the first over went for 4, the second over went for 4, and this one went for 8. So they doubled up in that third over. So 16 from 3 feels a bit slow, but actually there's some momentum, and you look at that timeline beyond 1-1-4-2.
It's heading in the right direction, Wayne. So I think it's, neither side will be too disappointed with the start. It's quite a big field if you have a look out compared to the cricket hub. So that's why I'm thinking 145 is a good score, but the track's so good. A good batting lineup could easily get 160 here, Wayne.
And you know the Joburg team better than I do. Who would you say is the pick of their bowlers?
I think it's got to be Armand van der Merwe. He's got to have some early breakthroughs here to keep the target below 140 here. He's bowled nicely so far. Oh, there we go, and he's picked up the first wicket.
So that's the end of Dave Hurst. Looking to hit that one over mid-wicket, but we've seen the batsmen that hit straight down the ground have been successful here, and Dave just looking to get under that. That's a replay from earlier.
That's the one that Dave wants to watch. Fortunate about that replay there. A great ball there from Armand van der Merwe, top of off stump, and Dave Hurst is missed and he's hit.
But I think maybe that replay was telling for my analysis team, because the slower bowler, perhaps that shot's more on the cards, but with the skiddier Armand van der Merwe bowling, I don't think that shot option's the right one. Better off going straight down the ground.
Maybe lured him into a false sense of security, the previous ball.
So that's the end of Hurst, and that brings Luke Robinson to the crease. And this is an important moment here for both teams. We saw Robinson last night was outstanding.
Yeah, last night was one of the better knocks I've watched of last man stands. He just came in and was just on another level to everyone else who'd watched the whole day. He just looked so at ease there. Everyone else was falling and failing around him, and he absolutely destroyed the bowlers. It's good fielding there by Armand van der Merwe. So Luke Robinson, surprised he hasn't. Has he played any minor counties or county matches in his time? He looks like a real talent.
Yes, plays Nantwich Cricket Club in Cheshire, which is one of the top clubs in the Cheshire Pyramid. And the Cheshire Pyramid is a huge pyramid, as we see another dot ball. And he's played for the Cheshire minor county team. So, high pedigree. You'll have seen that and done it, everything at the club level. So he won't be fazed by the situation. But his team's under the pressure here. The Joburg boys have started well with the ball here, Bjorn, and they've still got the Seko to come into attack. He might enjoy this wicket with his skiddy action.
I think they're going to save him for the death bowling. It's always harder bowling at the death than up front. And the flip side is hopefully he won't get to bowl at Luke Robinson, because that's not much fun. I think he's got all of that. Just one bounce for. He's a bit lucky there. Didn't time it as well as he was last night.
The key is the placement. We'll give him the benefit of the doubt. And he did
hit it straight.
He slid straight, and the mid-on field is quite wide there. So although he didn't time it, you could see that he's definitely hitting gaps, not just trying to go over the top. And that's a sign of a good batsman, because you can't always back yourself to go over the mid-on head.
And I would say possibly the field is a bit wide there.
They've got him a bit straighter now, Beyonce. I think that the captain agrees with you. He's just a bit straighter now. And superb from Robinson. Every time he plays a high-risk shot, he executes beyond that. So I didn't think he needed to do that after going for the boundary, but he just shows his talent.
I don't even know if that was a high-risk shot. He played it so easily. It looked so comfortable. Obviously,
yeah, so, I mean, in these...
didn't look like missing it.
I think for him, it's obviously a go-to shot. For a lot of us mere mortals, we look silly trying to pull off that shot, but as you say, beyond, there's actually low risk outside off stump, no chance of LBW or bowled. So any bat on its four, so in his head, that's a low risk option.
Play that off middle stump there, just worked it to the leg side.
So once again, Robinson providing impetus to the Cheshire Cats innings without looking like he's flustered at all. He's gone to 10 from just his 5 deliveries. Had a look at his first 2, and then the next 3 This should be 2. It could even be 4. There's a quick outfield, Bill. Phew, this is a quick outfield today. He didn't get much on that, Sam got, but it ran away for 4.
To say should have left that, it was going to be a wide, and he's just pulled it on the leg side of all places into the gap. Difficult shot to execute. Really wide.
That's one of those ones where the captain's on the leg side boundary tells the bowler to bowl outside off stump.
Oh, just outside the line. Oh, he's got a wicket there.
He didn't need to do that. He's tried to go the Luke Robinson route, but
it's in 2 minds there, Wayne. I think he changed his mind halfway through the shot. Doesn't help. I'd like to have a look at that replay. I thought it was caught him just outside. It's definitely going on to hit the stumps though. He shuffles across.
yeah, it's one of those ones. If he had the chance to review, he might have reviewed it, but I think it would have been umpire's call on the off stump, so you can't complain too much about that.
Yeah, I think what did him there was the little shuffle, and he was a little bit indecisive. So 2 early wickets for Joburg Jets. Will that ruffle feathers in the Cheshire Cats?
I just think that was the wrong shot option from Sam Gott with Luke Robinson there at the other end. You just don't want to bring any pressure on Luke. You want him to be able to play his game. And Sam Gott, with all respect, is probably the understudy there, and he just needed to knock it around and let Luke Robinson just play his game.
And it's Coleman Johnson did exactly that yesterday. Played a nice little dovetail roll with Luke Robinson just knocking it around.
Great start there from Johnson. Times it superbly and very well fielded out there from AB Junior.
Johnson will be full of confidence after last night's knock. Important knock of 30 for the side. Supporting role to Luke. Nishan Kishore just needs to pull back his length a bit here. It's running a bit too full.
So the man that calls himself, is he self-named nickname of Hollywood? I love that name, Bjorn. He's got the hairstyle to go with it. And he's a great guy, great ambassador of Johannesburg and big supporter of Last Man Stands. Real character, Bjorn.
So let's watch this delivery. Just straight as down the leg side. They went on a tour to Malaysia. They're a great touring side, the Joburg Jets, and they decided to give everyone nicknames from the Top Gun movie, which was just being released at the time. There's Maverick and Goose, and he was Hollywood, and it's just his is stuck, and hence the peroxide hair on top there is going all in. It's a better length. There's not much the batter can do with that over there.
That's definitely the best hairstyle in the tournament. So well done to Nishan for winning that award.
Just hope he's taken some of those rings and chains off. They can be lethal at times. I've got tangled up in them.
But he started well with the ball. Gone for just 12 of his first 2 overs. So that good return from him.
That first over went for 8, so it's a very good comeback. Andre Johnson's coming back into bowl. And he's got a plan with the keeper there. They're setting a trap here. He's normally a wicket keeper. He's a good glove man.
He's a talented cricketer. You could see he's learned quickly from watching the games. He's firing the ball in. He's not giving anything that allows the batsman to get under. He's almost got to play him like a seamer beyond his bowling dart. Yeah.
That's a great shot.
That's raced away for 4 again. So Carwyn Johnson just flicking that off his toes, and this is a really quick outfield. It's a great shot. Just takes that off stump.
Just beautiful facilities here. You get value for good shots. Goes all the way along the ground and just raced away to the boundary. Score now 39 for 2. Johnson needs to pull this back here. 4 off the first ball. It's a better length, I think.
There's definitely a little bit more bounce outside off stump than the cricket hub where we were last night. So I do think both the Joburg team and the Cheshire Cats will feel a little bit more at home on this ground. It's in the gap again. Should be 2. Fielder comes around. Oh, I thought that should have been 2.
Last night it would have. They ran so well between the wickets last night. There was definitely 2 there. A little bit of hesitation.
Robinson's been starved with the strike. He's only faced 7 deliveries.
So maybe that's why they didn't go for the 2 there. Eh? He wanted to face a ball before he lost concentration, I think.
It's always a danger moment after you're not taking a 2. You don't want to lose your wicket. Not sure what Andre Johnson was thinking there.
Without a shadow of a doubt, there's a little bit of mind games going on. And has it worked?
So that was an expensive mistake there from Cheshire Cats, not taking the 2. And that's a big moment in the game.
Huge moment in the game. Big breakthrough for Joburg Jets, and they're celebrating. They know it's a big, got the big dog out. He's taken the pace off a little bit and just hasn't got all of it. It's a slightly bigger ground than yesterday. Yesterday they would have sailed over for 6.
It's probably the biggest part of the boundary there. Beyond anywhere else on the ground probably would have been 6. But he just helped that on his way, and field is well placed and it's a good catch.
Very good catch on the ropes there. It's Hendrik, or Rex as he's known.
So it's a big blow there because he's their firepower. The Cheshire Cats pretty much bat all the way down. They've got, I'd say, even Steve Hayes coming in at 7. He's got a good technique. So they can all bat time and and see out these overs, but if they were going to get to 170 score, Luke Robinson needed to do the business. So I think they're going to have to adjust to 140 here, Bjorn.
I think so. I think 140 is not a bad total. As I said earlier on, 145 could be par depending on how you bowl. The run rate's not bad at the moment.
From what I've seen with this quick outfield, feels to me 150, 160 is par, but as you said, it all comes down to execution with the ball in hand, and so far the Joburg boys are doing the business.
Good looking shot to get off the mark there. Fielded so well, Surveyor yesterday, like a brick wall. Good over from Johnson.
I think with this quick outfield, Bjorn, and a good wicket, I think the order of the day is just to play good cricket shots, and you spend time at the crease and take it deep. And I think in those last 3-4 overs, the pressure then goes back onto the bowling team. So they need a partnership here, and they don't need to panic.
I think that's the key, you're right. Partnerships, yeah, and just build a little bit of momentum slowly. You don't have to rush it. Some risk-free cricket for the next 5 overs. Probably should be the goal of the Cheshire Cats. Change of bowler, EJ Fanika coming on. They're definitely holding Lesejo back.
There's another thing to think about here, Bjorn, is that 2 teams that finish third in their group will qualify for the knockout. So you don't want to blow yourself out the water with a game where you don't pick up a bonus points in a losing cause. So I don't think they'll be thinking about that now, but it is something that at some point teams just need to be aware of. Just stay in the game, take it deep, and that often can help you get over the line. But if it doesn't, you still stay alive in the tournament.
It's loose from EJ. Can't ball there.
That's a good example of why it's important just to spend time at the crease, Bjorn, because the more time you're there, the more opportunity for bowlers to make mistakes, as you saw there. And wides are costly in last man stands. And now he's under pressure here for Nikek. He can't bowl another one.
Good comeback. The longer you stay, the more freebies you get, the more your eye gets in, just to the pace of the wicket.
But the boys from Joburg are well on top here. Cheshire Cats need a partnership.
Outside edge going to be 4 runs. We've seen this all day. The outside edge just screaming away to the boundary with this quick outfield. It's well bowled. For no reward there.
Yeah, I think it's actually fairly low risk shot there, isn't it, with the keeper standing up. He's not trying to hit it there, but just shows that if you give any width here, you do run the risk. That's better area there, beyond. You're not going to get hit down to third man on that line. So I think you've got to be attacking the pads. Middle leg is where you want to try and be if you can. Fanikak's got the pace to bowl that line. And
much better line there. 50 up for the Cheshire Cats. Oh, down the leg again.
So he's trying to go. I think he knows where the team game plan is definitely to not give width, but that's the risk of going for that. If you just don't execute, then it can be costly. But as a captain, I think you'd rather the team have the right game plan, and if you don't execute, you just got to say, okay, well, we've got to get better next over. But
there's no margin for error when you're going leg stump. That's the problem. You're going outside off and you bring it back of a length. You can set your field for it, whereas you can't. It's hard to set a field for a leg stump line.
So actually a good question here. As a captain here, do you tell him to go back to that channel outside off stump, or do you tell him to attack middle and leg?
I think you've got to go back of a length off stump. He's just bowling a bit too full.
Straight down the ground, and that's a superb shot there from Surveyor. just goes deep in his crease, showing his skipper Dave Hurst where he should be hitting it.
I think it's a little bit of a momentum change here, Wayne, towards the Cheshire Cats.
You've got to try and go down the ground. It's easier said than done if it's not your scoring area. Note to myself and the Perth Power guys who are playing later that if you can go down the ground, it looks a lot easier than going across the cross-bat shot, beyond.
100% Wayne, I think the order of the day is to play straight, get on the front foot. I think you've got to worry too much about any chin music. It's too full.
Great shot again.
It's good
Well filled.
fielding.
That's great fielded. It's good bowling as well. He's bowling to his field, so at his pace he can't really afford to be dropping short.
A little bit of a hint of shape there for Nishan. We haven't seen, normally he swings it a bit more. Haven't seen any movement from him thus far. That was the first bit of shape I've seen.
So the surveyors look good here, 14 from 8, but he really looks like he's seen it nicely, and everything's been coming out the middle of the bat for him. That's well bowled.
Nishan's let himself down there. Such a good ball. Been blocked back to him, and he's just fumbled it. Could be costly later. Definitely a little bit of momentum going with Cheshire Cats, who now move to 61, the 9th over.
Needs one of these batsmen to get a 50 beyond. But they're going to, I like the way they've approached this year. There's been just good cricket shots. They're taking it as deep as possible.
Just wonder if the Joburg Jets haven't missed a trick by not opening with one of their better bowlers, Lesejo. Early wickets, we saw Peter George take 2 quick wickets up front and just kind of broke the back of the young stars Bangalore.
When you look at it, I don't think they would have taken this at the 9th over. I think beyond 61 for 3. They'll feel they're on top here.
Should be wides.
This could be run out if it good throw. And it's wides as well. So when you start with the wide off the over, always puts you under pressure. And now on the reverse, the Cheshire Cats don't want to give the impetus back to Joburg Jets by losing a wicket in this over. They've got a good start. They just need to play sensible cricket this over here. That's good cricket. Well bowled and well played from Surveyor. And well fielded. It's a good standard of cricket here, Beyond.
That's been good cricket. A bit of cat and mouse going on. Toing and froing. But the projected score's now up to 141, which I think is a decent target. It's defendable. It's not 160 or 170 where you feel you've got the game by the scruff of the neck, but it's you're still in the match.
And obviously the projected score in our last man stands calculation is just purely on run rate. It doesn't necessarily take in the acceleration in those last 3-4 overs, but it's probably a good projection based on them being 3 wickets down. If there were no wickets down now, I think 160 would definitely be a better projection beyond. But the fact that they've lost 3 wickets does feel like they would probably be looking for around 140. But one partnership here in that back end, they can suddenly still get 165. So the big few minutes in this game here, beyond it. You don't want to be 4 down at the 10 over mark. If you do, hard to win games when you're losing 4 wickets in those first 10.
Yeah.
It's cut away into the gap. Fielder comes around just 1.
now it's above 7, which is, I think, what you aim for that first 10. So runs are not a problem. It's just the wicket column at the moment. That's a little bit of a concern, but not. I think they've steadied the ship nicely.
That's actually a good spell from John Dre Johnson. He's a wicket-keeper, batsman, part-time off-spinner, and a seamer. He does everything beyond. He was bowling seamers in the World Champs. He's the keeper the first time I saw him play, and now he's bowling right-arm darts. So, talented individual.
Yeah, he's great talent. Just needs to gets a bit hot under the collar sometimes. I think his mentor Dave, Dan Stone's had a few words with him, and he seems to be having a great tournament so far. So his figures are 2 for 31 after 4 overs, not bad at all. Score 70 for 3. Cheshire Cats will be chasing that 155, 165 total. Looking to kick on at 8 and over for the next 10 at least. I think that'll be their target. And Nishan's giving himself another over here. He's gone for 19 off his 3.
And Surveyor's been impressive so far, 23 of 13, but he's played just conventional cricket strokes. He hasn't looked in any trouble whatsoever. And I think if Cheshire Cats are going to post a good score, it's crucial that he tries to get to 50, maybe around the 15th, 16th over.
He's looked really good. I think he deserves almost a little bit of a promotion up the order.
Well, he did open yesterday.
Okay.
He opened the batting yesterday, and then they've decided to make the change where they went for Sam Gott up front.
Okay. Where does Surveyor play his cricket?
He's down south now. He's actually was at Neston Cricket Club for years, so that's the association with Dave Hurst. But he's moved down to the London area, so I'm not sure of the exact club he plays for. But straight down the ground, just the one. He also can bowl a bit of wrist spin. He didn't bowl last night, but it was wet conditions and it wasn't really conducive to wrist spinners. But I think he can bowl off spinners as well. So he might actually get a bowl today as well. Be interesting to see if he does get a bowl.
Oh, it's a good delivery there from Nishan Kishore. He can't believe his bad luck there. Thought he had a wicket and he's almost gone for a boundary.
And that is the first loose shot from Surveyor. I think Kishore is doing a great job. The batsman's eyes light up when they see it. Just military medium on off stump, but he's hardly missed his spot, and this has been a great spell. He deserves a wicket, yeah.
Hit that sweetly. Is it going to go all the way? No, it's picked up by the fielder.
The Jets have been good in the field. Their outfielding has been very good. The one chance that came their way, they took it. And that was an important chance with Luke Robinson. You couldn't afford to give him a second chance, and they didn't. So Kishore, last ball of his spell. He finishes with a 1, so he'll be delighted with that return. So I called it too early. He's got. I haven't. It was correct. Yeah, it's a good spell from Kishore.
The umpire was a bit slow there. Too quick for him. 77. I think now Surveyor needs to just carry on going, and I think both batsmen can open up here, Wayno, a little bit. Put a bit of pressure on the bowlers now.
Yeah, I think yes, and I'd say for me, I'd just want Surveyor to bat normally and just play his game, and maybe Johnson trying to up the rate. I think Surveyor for me is got to be the guy that tries to get to his 50 and provide some sort of insurance policy. I still feel that there is that wicket column risk. So maybe another 2-3 overs where Surveyor just bats normally. So new bowler Sean Robin. So Sean Robin,
Played at the last Indian Super Series as well. Experienced club cricketer. I think he played a lot of years for Wanderers back in Johannesburg.
and he started well, yeah. So Cohen Johnson, 16 from 14. He needs a boundary. And is he going to get one? No. Not able to pierce the gap between mid-wicket and long on. So Sean Robin has started well. And I feel a bit of pressure's building on Surveyor here now. Cohen Johnson just struggling with his timing. And that's a superb shot from Surveyor. Inside out. Superbly fielded as well. So that deserved 4, but the fielder was having none of it. And
It's the benefit of having some youth in your team. Lesego, super quick round the boundary there and gets the dive in to stop a certain 4. He's hit the gap nicely as well. And
look at how many he's run at least 70 meters for that. That's superb from Lesego.
That's big.
Oh, and Surveyor now shows that he's not just a nerdler, and he's got another gear. I haven't seen that from Surveyor before. That's a great shot.
Have a look at this again. He comes down the track to meet the ball, opens the shoulders. It's a huge 6.
What a great shot that was, Beyonce. Showing a bit of class here, Surveyor.
What can Robin do? Watch that replay again. He's got his head so still there. He's launched that into the stratosphere. Robin needs to come back strong here. That's the end of the over. 87 for 3 after 12. That's EJ for Nico came to bowl her second. He went for 13 off his first. He was unlucky. He had a boundary off the outside edge.
Oh, he's bowled him.
The full straight one.
So they've obviously feeling like they need to get Van Niekerk in, probably wanting to share the 5th bowler duty between Van Niekerk and Sean Robin here, because Lesego is yet to bowl, so he's probably going to bowl the 13th and the 20th over. So Leseko's got 4 overs to come, and then Van Niekerk and Robin, I feel, are going to be sharing that 4th over, so that 5th bowler role. So that's a big moment for the Jets when you.
Just a lapse in concentration, I think. You really shouldn't have missed that one.
And it's just the wrong time for the Cheshire Cats to lose the wicket, and it's exactly the right time for the Jets to get the breakthrough just before their star bowler comes into the attack. And that's something that maybe Cheshire Cats aren't aware of, but arguably Leseko's the better bowler, the best bowler in the team with Van der Merwe.
I would say so. He's definitely my pick of the bowlers. After that performance in Cape Town, he was outstanding. Got the nod from the SA selectors to play for LMS South Africa.
So I'm joined in the commentary box by Dave Hurst, the Cheshire Cats captain. Dave, how are you feeling about your position at the moment? 88 for 4 with 12.3 overs gone.
Yeah, it's not been a great start, to be honest, Wayne. Couple of shots by obviously myself and Robbo, which it's very disappointing. But you know, we are where we are. Prithy's batted really well so far. It's just similar to yesterday, I'd say, but it's keeping very low. The cracks are a little bit wider here, I'd say.
It's interesting. For me, it looks like there's a little bit more bounce. Or would you not?
From the first game, I thought, yeah, but there's not much pace on show, so it's just hitting the cracks and staying lower. I think what we could have done better is run between the wickets a little bit. I think we should have pushed them.
You did. You ran well last night, so I think I think that's the key. When the bowling's tight.
Yeah.
And this is going to be an interesting part of the game here because they haven't bowled their best bowler so far, Dave. Laseka will be coming in. He's got a quick arm action.
Yep.
But it's one of those things, sometimes you save your gun bowler for the death and sometimes it doesn't quite work out. Maybe the extra pace will be fancied by Surveyor. So it's going to be interesting to see how this pans out. But where do you think, what score would you be happy with defending your Dave?
Here he is, the lad. In terms of happy, I think it's going to be obviously it's difficult from here, but if Sarve can get to 50, that would be amazing. I think anything over 130, I'd be pretty happy with from here. We've just got to bowl exceptionally well, bit of luck, and take our catches.
The new batsman, Jack Williams. Is there a role that Jack's got? You just told him just to go and bat?
The role for Jack is to obviously support Prith, and he's got a bit of pace, hasn't he?
Great start from Laseka.
And just try and run well and bat the overs. We need to bat the overs. That's key. Which is not easy when you're 4 down, but we've got to do our best.
Obviously, your goal is to win the game, but there is that fact of 2 of the third place teams. It was a great start from Laseka. 2 of the third place teams will still qualify, so you don't want to be blown out of the water on any games. It's important to just take the games deep and make sure that at the very worst you get the losing bonus points, which I think will be a factor when it comes to deciding which of those 2 teams who finished third. Oh, what an over this is. So they've kept him back and it's so far paying dividends. They're able to get 3 dots to Williams, and Jack Williams will be under a bit of pressure here. Just needs to somehow get some bats on it, Dave.
Just get forward a little bit more. It's rich coming from me, but yeah, if we can get forward, get a bit of bat on it and run hard, that's the plan. He's bowled well so far, hasn't he? That's it, go. Yeah, just the one. Just the one. Oh yeah, from here, Wayne, you know, it's just try and bat the overs, see what we can do and cause a bit of havoc in the field. I think I'll be a little bit more creative from the start, not without 160 to defend. I think anything under 120, 130, the field's going to be up a little bit earlier today, I think.
It's a quick outfield though, Dave. Don't you think that could come back to haunt you? If anything gets past the field, it's 4 then.
Yeah, but we've got to go for broke, I think. We've got to try and win the game and we need some early wickets. So I think I'll be opening with a spinner and 1 seamer, and let's see if we get some early wickets.
Oh, that's interesting. Interesting analysis. It definitely worked last night when you guys looked like the game was getting away from you and you clawed it back nicely. So we enjoyed watching that captaincy. A bit of innovation. It just shows in any format of the game a good, well thought out plan can pay dividends.
Yeah, it was exciting, wasn't it? No, we all spoke last night. We finished about midnight, but 4 wickets in 4 balls. Could have been 5 and 5 with that run out.
Yeah.
Nearly out. Amazing fielding from the lads. Robbo in particular and Carwin, superb. I just wish we had a little bit more luck early, maybe take a few catches, and could have been a different story, couldn't it? But great game, really, really good, enjoyable.
And you won't be having to worry about any dew when you bowled it today. So
that was interesting. It was like a plane of water across the pitch. It's the first time I've experienced that. But he's in. He's back in. He's back in.
So Dave's called that from the commentary there.
He's back
It's definitely
well, isn't he?
he's kept very well. So it's just the last few overs, just after a good partnership, the breakthroughs just curved the run rate. A lot of pressure on Surveyor now. He's looked good. 39 from 24. He's hit straight down the ground beautifully, Dave.
Yeah, it's that big 6, wasn't it? Really good. Yeah, if you can get another 11 runs, Wayne, make a big difference, I think, hopefully.
That should be 2.
Gotta be.
They're good in the field, the Joburg boys, yeah.
He's going.
But just shows that, Dave, what you're saying. If you run that first one hard, I thought he might be in a bit of trouble, but if you set off quickly and you've got 2 good runners between the wickets, you can put the pressure on the fielding team and put the pressure on the bowler, and suddenly you might get a wide or a long hop, something to put away.
It's the outfield is actually really good. I thought last night the outfield was fantastic as well. It was just very wet. It is hot out there. It's much hotter today than it was last night, of course, but we just need a little bit of luck, and if we can get to 125, 130, you never know. You never know. Push.
You look at that timeline, it's not looking good for you guys there, Dave, in terms of the pressure building. Dot, 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 1, dot, 1,
Cheers, Wayne.
dot, 2, 1.
Thanks for reminding me.
So,
25 balls left. What can we get, Wayne? What do you reckon?
well, I think something's got to give. At this point, Surveyor, you want him to get to his 50, but there's only 25 deliveries. So, actually put that on you, Dave. Do you think Surveyor should just go from around about now? Or do you think he can still knock it around?
I'd like him to try and push the 2s. I think that would be what, if I was out there, I'd be trying to do. Prithvi's a lot quicker than me, so he should be able to get back. And Jacko's just got to try and stay in there, I think.
Okay, so your thinking is just to play normal cricket shots for a while and try and run hard between the wickets, try and pierce the gaps?
Yeah, keep it on the deck, push 2s, get Prithvi's 50, and then it's gung-ho.
I'll be interested. I just don't feel that he'll be. I feel it in his head he might be feeling he needs a boundary here. And no, he's on the same wavelength as you there, Dave. So that was well bowled for Nikak, and he dug it out nicely. So perhaps Williams is the.
Williams 5 off 8. Come on, Jacko. It's not a small boundary straight though, is it? Get hold of it.
Nikak's bowling wicket to wicket. Bowling a lot of Yorkers. And there we go. Good shot from Williams. That's going to run away.
Okay, well done. Great shot.
So
There we go, Griever. There's the scoop again.
there's a bit of a platform, Dave. So the projected score is saying 127, but how the last man stands projected score is just purely on current run rate. That's well played. Just enough on it. So with a few wickets in hand, I still feel 140 could be doable here from here, Dave.
I hope so. Lucky Jack.
Give us a bit of a background to the Cheshire Cats and your journey here so far.
Well, the journey was great. I think it was via Dubai, then to Delhi. A couple of stopovers, so not a lot of sleep from the boys, but it's been great fun so far. Absolute experience coming to India. Very different to Cheshire, leafy Cheshire, but it's been so fun so far. Yeah, really enjoyed it, Wayne, so far. Yeah. Okay, got to be maybe not 2 to him. Yeah, the team, the Cheshire Cats. All of us have pretty much played together, I think, besides Steve Hayes, who's obviously a part of the LMS royal family with yourselves. He's been around for a long time, hasn't he? Cobbled together before Christmas, but all good lads, great lads.
Well, that's going to run away for 4. Oh,
No.
so giving out LBW, but we got the advantage of the replay. the fact that maybe that's run away for 4 suggests that unless Williams will be interesting to see, I'll hold my judgment until I see the replay, Dave. We can't see. We'll need to see. I think it's hit him on the back leg. Let's have another look. We'll get another.
It's out. If he's not hit it.
At first, I did think he actually got an inside edge on that, but oh no, I think that's out, Dave. I think that's hitting leg stump.
Definitely pad, wasn't it?
Yeah. At first, when I watched, I thought he had just glanced off his pads off the inside edge, but Laseko. So another breakthrough. That brings Steve Hayes to the crease. Again, they've just kept picking up wickets at the right time for them and the wrong time for the Cheshire Cats. Dave, you just haven't been able to get that big partnership and apply pressure on the Joburg Jets here.
No, not yet. Having not played with Steve much, Wayne, I think you've seen him bat a little bit more than I have. What do you reckon he's capable of here?
He's an accomplished player. I wouldn't say he's a guy that comes in and takes the game away from the team. He's got good technique though, and so I don't think he'll be phased by Laseko's bowling, but
Got to get forward.
yeah.
Get forward if you can. Nudge it around. What do you reckon, Yorker? I think he's going Yorker. Same again.
That's his stock delivery. We saw him in the World Champs firing a few guys out early doors. As you say, he's got to get forward, yeah, Steve. That was rushed into his pads. So he's just got a quick arm action. And I think, as you say, Dave, you've got to be thinking front foot press to the likes of Laseko. It's not going to give you anything to get under here. So Steve Hayes is hoping.
In, Steve.
I think he thought that might have been a wide, but that's the advantage of the extra pace there. I think he bowled the first one into the pads and then he's gone a bit wider. So smart bowling here from Laseko. The field has covered a lot of ground from third man. I think in last man stands format, you don't often see the third man being a crucial fielding position, but today it's proved that it has been. He's covered a lot of ground out there as Van der Merwe.
Yeah, they've got some good fielders, definitely. It's a big pitch out there, so I think if we can get to 125, Wayne, which is the projected score, I'll bite your hand off. I'll be happy, really happy with that.
I think you need more than that, Dave, just from being a neutral, but
from this position, I think I'll take it. I'll take it.
we've still got Surveyor there. So he's on 45. He's one hit away from his 50.
Have a look.
So Dave, you're going to obviously get back to your team and give them a little bit of a pet talk. From your sake, I hope you guys get finished strongly and take some momentum into that second innings. But it's been great to have your insight and good luck. And
Push.
that might be 4. You might need not. That's
Yeah, it's pretty superb.
That's probably a great time for you to leave and go and have a chat with your boys there, Dave. So Surveyor's one away from his 50.
Cheers, Wayne. And if we don't win, we'll go down fine. Cheers, Griever.
Cheers, mate. So Surveyor deserves a 50 here. Been a superb innings from him. Just held this innings together for the Cheshire Cats. One away from his 50 here. And that's good running. It should be 2. And Dave, Steve Hayes, slow off the mark there. So that's a run out. It should have been 2, but so Surveyor was going to be retiring there, but now he'll have to stay there with Steve Hayes. Was dawdling on the first one. Look, and that's cost him in the end. The umpire wasn't in a good position, but that was definitely out. Umpire didn't need to be side on there. He could give that from where he was. Steve Ayles was well short, and Cheshire Cats are now run the risk of not batting out the overs here. Superbly fielded there. Picked up one hand over the top. We had Dave Hurst in the commentary box earlier. Dave said that from the position that they were in, he would take 125. I don't feel that would be enough runs, but I think Dave deep down probably knows that they need more than that, but he's just wanting to have a score that they can defend. It's good to see some spectators coming in. So Armand van der Merwe to continue. Shots of 2 again, and this time should be safe. Parkinson has to put in the the long strides in there at the end, but he makes it, and he'll be loose now. Probably a good warm-up for his bowling spell that's about to get underway in about 25 minutes. So Surveyor, lone hand here for the Cheshire Cats, been superb. It's beautifully hit down the ground, just the one. So quality knock here from Surveyor, keeping his team in the game here. Matt Parkinson, fresh from Barbados. He played in the Masters World Cup. He's definitely in the team for his bowling, but he's no mug with the bat. He's been around. He knows his game. He does fancy the Dilshan scoop, but I think for now he just needs to try and stick with Surveyor. Oh, and he's gone for the scoop. I didn't think he'd bring it out first delivery. So Surveyor, what a knock this has been from him. 53 from 33. Great shots straight down the ground. Some deft touches off his pads into the leg side. Using the pace of the wicket with some dabs down to third man. So he scored all around the wicket. And he hasn't really given a chance away here either. So just shows that on this ground, if you play good cricket in strokes, there are runs there. Joined in the commentary box again by Bjorn Briggs.
Thanks, Wayno. Circle's been on fire. Excited to watch him bowl his third here.
And he's bowled him. What a superb spell here from Laseka. 2 for 3 from his 11 deliveries, and
You just have to wonder why they haven't given him his 4 there. He's been the pick of the bowlers. He's rushing the batsman, I think.
that can only be a mathematical error from the captain. I don't think that's by design, Bjorn. He must have got his numbers wrong there, but you don't leave someone like this with one over in the tank. Yeah, he's been absolutely superb. Just too quick for Parkinson there. That shaped away.
That's a great delivery. I would have got out a lot of batters.
Dave.
Number 8, he had no chance.
So that run out of Steve Hayes now might prove costly with Surveyor on his own. Last man stand situation. Straight down the ground. He's going to take on the arm. He's quick between the wickets, Surveyor. I think he'll make it. It's great running. He's actually made for a last man stand situation, beyond with he's a fit guy and he runs between the wickets well, and he also places the ball well. So this is going to be an exciting little period here. Great bowling from Laseka.
Really like this knock from Surveyor. Hold it together in the difficult circumstances. The next two is going to be a lot harder for him to run, though.
Oh, he's yorked him. What a...
What a spell of bowling. And that's why he's made this team for South Africa. People are questioning his ability, saying he's too young. But he's just turned up and raised his hand yet again. Another sterling performance from the youngster.
That's superbly bowled. You know, Surveyor's been out there. He's looked so comfortable for his 55 from 34. And it just shows Leseko the pedigree he's got beyond. And every time I watch him, he gets better. And I saw him for the first time a few years ago. And he had a nice little action. But he's picked up a few extra yards of pace. And I'm really excited to watch him play for South Africa in the World Cup in Kenya later this year.
So, I mean, he's really done a good job for his team here. They've just 5 runs off his 3 overs there. His 2.3 overs. He's kept the score below 120, which I think if you'd offered the Joburg Jets that at the start, they would have taken that without a shadow of a doubt. We were saying 145, initially 160, and now they ended up at 119. That's a great effort by the bowlers of Joburg Jets to restrict the Cheshire Cats.
Would you say the Joburg Jets batting lineup is their strength, or their bowling strength, from what your understanding of watching them over the years?
I don't know all of the players. I've never seen Hendrick bat before. I know Sean Robbins, a decent batsman, but he's not as destructive as Johnson and Ruan Kutsa. I think Ruan Kutsa and Jandre Johnson they're going to have to bat around those two players. It'll be an interesting contest here. I think it's runs on the board. There's pressure on them. If Cheshire Cats hit their marks, take some early wickets, be added pressure. So
we're going to take a break now, but enjoy the highlights, and we'll be back for the Joburg Jets run chase shortly.
before. Oh. So, giving out LBW, but we got the advantage of the replay. Levy, we saw him in the World Champs firing a few guys out early doors. As you say, he's got to get forward, just Steve. That was rushed into his pad. Insight and good luck, and push. That might be
Four, he might need not. That's
Yes, Prithvi, superb.
that's probably a great time.
So welcome back to the start of the second innings. We've got the Cheshire Cats up against Joburg Jets. Cheshire Cats put on 119. Some very good bowling from Lesejo Kuklubana to wrap up the innings. Took 3 wickets for 5 runs off his 2.3 overs. And the Cheshire Cats will be looking to emulate that in this match. Looks like it's EJ Nikirk and Jandre Johnson opening the batting for the Jets. And it's Parkinson opening up for Cheshire Cats. And a little bit of a chin wag with the umpire, trying to get him on his good side. Correction, it's Hendrik Kruger opening up with Jandre Johnson. He's gone uppish there. Hendrik Kruger is off the mark. It's outside off stump. It's gone away with the arm there. Dot ball. It's a lovely shot. The first boundary of the innings for Joburg Jets. Just too full. Trying to wrap him on the pads there, but Johnson's moved his feet well there. Just giving himself room. It's a better delivery there. It's outside off stump. Got the ball to talk there. Decent start from Matt Parkinson. Went for the boundary, but just 5 off the over. Bowled superbly yesterday evening under difficult conditions in the dew. Very wet outfield. Ball was like a bar of soap. Jack Williams coming onto bowl. The Joburg Jets were full of advice for him when he was batting, and I'm sure he's going to be dishing out a bit of his own advice here to Hendrik and Jandre. Hendrik in particular was giving him his thoughts on his batting performance. Done him in the air for flight there. Hendrik didn't know too much about that one. Jack's back to his mark. No advice given yet. He's concentrating on his game. Well, ball one played. And thank goodness the batters aren't wearing spikes, as Hendrik Kruger ran straight down the middle of the track there. So Kruger moves to 5 or 4 balls. A little change in fields here. Hendrik standing on off stump. Could be bowl them round his legs. Can you believe it? I think the ball's turned too much. He's just played all around it. He's taken his guard on off stump and stepped straight forward. The ball's pitched on leg and straightened. Let's have a look at it from this angle. Lovely to see for leg spinner. So early breakthrough for the Cheshire Cats, and they'll be smiling after that delivery. Let's have one more look at this. Needed to get a good stride in front there. So 2 balls to come in the server from Jack Williams. Be chuffed to get the wicket early in the early breakthrough. And the new batter at the crease is Sean Robin. quick chat to Dave Hurst, the skipper of Cheshire Cats. He said he's going to be a lot more aggressive in his field placing from early doors in this match. He felt he left it too late, and they lost to Road Panthers, setting some creative fields. He's got the slip in, and Sean Robin dances down the track and then skirtles back to defend that delivery. Score was 9 for 1 after 2 overs, and Mr. Matt Parkinson's coming on to bowl his second. Joining me in the commentary box, Wayne Grieve.
I'll be honest, it's been an exciting start here. Dave Hurst was in the commentary box earlier, and he did say he was going to be innovative with his field settings. He wanted to get on the attack, and I wasn't too sure about it. I questioned him, said, do you think that that's going to be necessary because it's a quick outfield? And he said, no, they need to get on the front foot, and so far it looks like it's been working, Bjorn.
Yeah, I think when you're defending a low total, sometimes you've got to take a few risks, and it's paid dividends so far.
You need the bowlers to back you up, though, and I think Jack Williams bowled a superb first over there, didn't he, Bjorn?
Yeah, I think he did his job there. I think it was a terrible shot from Henry Kruger, but hats off to Jack, who was bowling a ball on a string there and making it talk.
So, interesting that David at first step beyond. Do you like that play? I just feel any bat on it runs away for 4. I still feel you can build scoreboard pressure. You just don't want to give away an easy boundary to third man. But
I wouldn't have this field to Johnson, but against Robin, I kind of like it. New batter in. He's not a big hitter of the ball, so he's unlikely to pierce the field.
But that's what I was talking about. It's just an easy boundary there. That should just be 1 run.
So that's the problem with the slip.
I think if you're going to go the slip there beyond in the power play overs, then you got to still get the third man because you want the bowler to bowl outside off stump.
That's the line you're asking him to bowl, and he's doing it, and he's still going for 4, which is very frustrating for a bowler. Possibly he's got to plug a gap there. This is a power play. Can put 4 on the one side, on the offside. So as soon as he move, possibly the
he's got 4. So he has got 4 on the offside, but I think the fielder was a bit square, needed to be a bit finer. But I like where Dave's moved himself to now. So he's almost in a catching and defending position there. Beyonce.
He's gone a bit deeper and
bit
wider.
Bit deeper and bit wider. So I mean, it is a bit of a lottery. You're guessing really where the ball's going to come. But I do feel he's in a position where he can also stop the edge. But what Cheshire are doing there, even though they've gone for 2 boundaries, they're getting a lot of dots here. It's another dot. So
Scratchy from Sean Robin. He's not looking too comfortable out there at the moment. He needs to settle down and get some bats on ball. Well bowled though to Matt Parkinson there, who seemed to be troubling the batters.
I think one word here is on both teams' minds, and that's Jandre Johnson. Beyond, I think if he bats 12 or 13 overs, Joburg Jets will win this game. But if they get rid of him early, I do think Cheshire Cats will feel that they've got a chance on both ends there.
I think so. He's the key here. Here's Rowan Kutzer still to come in, who's another formidable batsman, but not quite as destructive as the young Jandre Johnson.
We're still in the power play overs, which is the first 4 overs which allows you to set a 4-2 field. And Dave Hurst is making use of that. Just 2 fielders on the leg side, long on. And now he's even bringing in the Steve Hayes from square leg boundary, saving 1. So no fielders really on the leg side, on the boundary, saving 1 besides the mid-on.
He's given that good air. It's turned a lot.
That's beaten everyone. It's beaten the keeper. It's beaten Dave Hurst at first slip. Now the keeper's chasing.
Going for 3. That's good running.
And that's frustrating for the fielding team. You've done everything right as the captain, and the keeper's just hasn't backed up the bowler there. I don't think that was too easy. That gripped a bit, beyond.
That was the slips ball to stop there. Good delivery there by Jack Williams. Disappointing for him.
So
he's bowled a good ball and the team's gone for 3 extras.
So you blaming Dave Hurst there for not stopping the parry?
I think it went over his leg there.
Oh, this is superb here from Williams. Absolutely superb bowling.
That one didn't turn at all. Good variation there from Jack.
He bowls a lot of top spinners and googlies. He's got it, all the deliveries here.
It's going to turn. He gave that a bit of a rip and it's beaten Johnson in the flight. Well bowled.
We're still in the power play overs here. Only 2 fielders on the leg side. Short cover, slip. Innovative field setting here from Hurst, but he's got the bowler backing up his game plan.
It's a googly. Well washed by Johnson. That's another good over. Just 6 off. Jack Williams is 2 overs so far. Scores 19 for 1. Nervous start by the Joburg Jets. Dave Hurst, I think Wayne will be happy with the start.
He will be, and this is quite a big moment. They're throwing the ball to young Kerwin Johnson, who will be feeling a bit apprehensive after his bowling last night.
19-year-old.
19-year-old, on camera, in India, foreign conditions, but I think he'll be relieved that he's not bowling with a wet ball from the dew. So,
Bar of soap last night, he dropped a sitter off his own bowling, but it looked like I said it was actually a damn difficult chance when the ball's that wet and that slippery. I shared a taxi with him home last night and he was devastated by that drop. But, I think he must be one of the younger players in the tournament. If not,
he did come back well there, Bjorn, didn't he?
He took an absolute screamer at mid-on there.
And then direct hit from the boundary as well. So showed good temperament and good courage to stay in the game, even though he wasn't on the money of the ball. He starts well, yeah, so that'll be just a nice little confidence booster for him. First one comes out the hand nicely, exactly where he wants it to go, and Johnson moves to 8 from his 9. So they've kept him quiet, which you don't often see. Well, that's a good start, and they've got the mid-wicket fielder in here, so this is good captaincy from Hurst, and the bowlers are backing him up here, much better in the field so far from Cheshire Cats. Who's going to hold their nerve here?
That's a great shot there by Sean Robin, straight down the ground. We've been saying it for some time now. Straight down the ground's one of the safest shots in the book here on this track.
You felt something had to give there, Bjorn, didn't you? Just felt the pressure building, and Sean Robin was good enough to absorb the pressure and then pounces on the full delivery.
And that'll settle his nerves because he's looked a bit scratchy out there.
So that timeline's interesting. There've been a lot of dots and ones, so Joburg just need to and that's 2 boundaries back to back.
It's an even better shot.
I think what Cheshire Cats should be doing yet, remembering they're not playing a local team, not an Indian team, they're playing another travelling team, and I do feel that if there's one weakness potentially to exploit here with the guys from Joburg, it would be spin. I think Dave Hurst could get himself on early. Even Luke Robinson bowled quite well last night. I think they'll enjoy the pace coming on here, Bjorn. Great shot from Robin.
I think that, and also they've got to bowl it back of a length. Look at that one. It's a wide, but I think it was the length was better there. It just seemed to drift it. If you're bowling too full, it just gives the batsman the confidence to get on the front foot and play through the line.
Yeah, just Johnson just needs a wicket. He needs a wicket for his own confidence with the ball. That's well bowled from Johnson. That's exactly what you're talking about, beyond that length. And they've got 2, so
Good running.
that's a good over for the Jets. That gets them up to the run rate. Run rate's not a problem. Gap between runs and balls very comfortable there. 89 from 75. I think this is a key partnership, Bjorn. These two.
It's been good so far. Oh, what does Hurst do now? I think he's giving Williams another over. Be interesting to see who he bowls next. I think he will give Johnson a break.
I actually didn't think he would give Williams another over, but actually I think this is the right decision. If they're going to win this game, they need early breakthrough, and Williams is the most likely to do that. But it's no longer the power play over, so
Can still have the short covers in.
so there's a massive gap now between mid-off and now Dave is going back. I think that's right. I don't think he can afford to keep himself at slip anymore there with the change of field required from the end of the power play. So he's gone for 3 on the offside, 3 on the leg side, but he's got a short mid wicket in. Shouts have run hard. Robinson comes around. He's a great fielder. Gets the ball. Oh! Sam should have done better there, but
That's the pressure of running the first one hard. Force the fielder to throw it in, and a little fumble from Gott, and they've got the extra run. That's pressure.
I don't think Robinson in the end probably needed to throw that in, but you've got to also make sure that the batsman knows that you mean business when you got the ball in your hand.
A little bit of inexperience.
Hurst sweeps around, picks it up one-handed. Just feels like this is a big moment in the game. Yeah, the matchup at Williams to Robin. Hurst recognises it, gets himself in at slip. He's trying to get Robin to try something different here.
Jack's dropped that one a bit short. It's just the one though. Not the worst outcome, but they are striving for wickets, so I'd like to see him getting the batters reaching forward. They had a big total, that's perfect.
They've been outfielded so far here. Cheshire Cats, Joburg Jets were just a little bit sharper than the team from England. They weren't allowing any 2s for the Cheshire Cats top order. That's well bowled. In my view, they don't need to panic. Yes, you do need wickets, but if you take the game deep and you keep the run rate in check, and then you pick up a wicket or 2, you can get yourself back in the game. But you want to make sure that when one of these batsmen retires, or when you do get the breakthrough, that there's still run rate pressure on the guys coming in. At the moment, both teams will feel relatively happy at the start. Yes, only 1 wicket down, but it's that old adage, if you add 2 wickets to the score, suddenly it's a different game. And in this match, if you add 2 wickets to the score, I think it's a completely different game, beyond, because I don't think Joburg Jets' batting lineup depth is quite there.
It's also the mental side of knowing you don't have wickets in hand, trying to attack a low total plays on your game and your shot selection. I'm glad to see Hurst has brought himself on here. That's the right move.
Dave's definitely not a bowler that you're going to be worried about getting out to. He's a wily customer, and he'll know how to try and bowl to a field, but He doesn't have the X factor that maybe Williams has. So he's going to be just trying to get some dots and build pressure that way. And I think these two batsmen just need to be smart and play sensible cricket. There's no demons when Hurst is bowling.
Oh, he's tossed that up big. He could have bought a wicket here. It's gone big. He's got all of it though. It's kind of what he was aiming for. He was just hoping he didn't hit it as well.
But I just think that you don't need to. If you can just get a sequence of ones and a few dots in there, the pressure will come anyway. The batsman, don't give him a
Freebie.
a freebie like that.
I think he's got to pitch that. He can bowl it a bit shorter. But with the full toss there, you didn't need to put too much effort into it. We've seen we've got to use the track on these Indian wickets. It's much harder to hit sixes when it's low and slow.
Can Hurst ever come back yet? I prefer. Oh, wide ball. Late call from the umpire. I was going to say I prefer that speed from Hurst. Just bowl regulation off spinners. See if the batsman. That's well bowled. Well bowled, well played.
Clever bowling, and I think Sean Robin was wise just to not go for the big shot there.
I'd like to see Dave land that ball in the exact same area. Try and tempt Johnson to try something different. He's just playing within himself at the moment. Well fielded from Robinson out there mid-off. So just one buffet ball from Hurst, which I think he needs to keep in the cabinet. Besides that, they were decent over.
Yeah, I think he's going to bowl it above the batsman's eye line. It needs to bounce. It could be more effective.
And Surveyor. So
You mentioned him earlier when he was batting that he can bowl a bit.
I think he's also a wrist spin option, but he won't have the same control as necessarily Williams will have. So, but he'll offer a bit more threat in terms of wicket taking ability than Hurst would. But I think it's one of those ones where, as a batsman, you just got to try and wait for him to make the mistake. And I do feel that Surveyor might give you the odd loose ball, but at the same time, you've got to be watchful because he does have a wicket taking ball in him.
Just hold up
So
there.
Hurst, so Dave, he almost overran that.
Still a bit of moisture in the outfield there. That ball just held up. It's a bit thicker on the that side of the wicket. It's a better shot.
I actually think Surveyor's just bowling regulation off spin. I'm just trying to watch his hands there. I'm sure I've seen him bowl wrist spin before, but at the moment I think he's just bowling off spin. But have a close look at that grip.
Geez, that's a great shot. Just picked that off a length. Yeah, I think he's just darting it in. Little offies. 2-4 that time and paid the price.
So Sean Robin, he's come out here and he's meant business, and that's a great shot. Gets down on one knee, no risk in that, taking that from well outside off stump.
Great little knock from him. Sean's raced to 32 from 19.
And
Normally we would have thought that John Ray Johnson was the big striker. He's playing the anchor role now. He's on strike.
But I'm actually very impressed with Johnson, yeah, because it's easy to let maybe ego get the better of you and feel like you need to match Sean Robin strike for strike, but what his team needs is him to bat time, and he's doing that. So showing a good good cricket brain on him at the moment.
Bit of maturity coming into his game. He likes to out-hit everyone. He's batting sensibly now.
61 of 60 beyond, so I really think it's Joburg Jets' game to lose here.
Wickets in hand. Certainly would think so. Can change quickly, as you said. Another 3 quick wickets, and suddenly the Demons start playing on the minds of the batters. They need a few dot balls here to build some pressure and create false shots. There's one of them.
I do think that although Sean Robin's going well here, I still would say the prize wicket is Johnson. Sean Robin also closer to his retirement, so opportunity to get 2 new batsmen in. Run out opportunity. Directed.
A little bit of luck there for Joburg Jets. Saw a direct hit yesterday from Cheshire Cats, and Joburg Jets got their own direct hit with Hendrik Kruger earlier. I was gone.
So Luke Robinson, yeah, I actually think that they should consider opening the bowling with him. He just bowls wicket to wicket.
He's quite a tall lad as well, so it's not easy. Some of them skid through, some of them bounce up a bit. He's got that variable bounce with the same action.
I think he's perfect with his Indian wickets, beyond. He's not trying to spin it much. He's just using his cricket mouse. Slight changes of speed, but he's generally quick through the air. And he
The batsman.
started very well here.
No luck there. That outside edge is probably the quickest of the whole field there. Every time there's an outside edge, it just races to the boundary.
Some credit to Johnson. He does open his face a little bit. It gets a bit finer than he did think, but that's actually good batting. He's opened the face there. The bowler will feel a little bit unlucky on that, but just watch how he does open the face here. That's well played, beyond. But at the same time, it's the type of delivery you could maybe chop on. So Robinson, credit to him, he's created a half chance there. That's all it was.
It was well bowled. I don't think Johnson, he definitely opened his face. I don't think he was
No,
greedy to hit it that fine.
that fine, I agree. I think he's probably happy just to hit it down to third man for 1.
Yeah. Worked out perfectly though. And there wasn't too much risk in it.
So interesting here. Cheshire Cats had 63 after 9 overs, but they were 3 down. So the only difference really in this game is the wickets column. And we did say that Cheshire Cats had lost too many wickets, and that didn't really allow them to accelerate in the back end. Williams is coming on for his final over.
Should be 2. They settled for 1.
And that's poor running from Johnson.
I think Johnson was ready for it. Robin was a bit slow on the turn there.
And then he sent him back. But we saw this was costly when Cheshire Cats back. Robinson refused to run. Is it going to
Repeats itself, yeah.
Johnson not making the same mistake? It was off his bowling when Luke Robinson turned down a 2 and then held out the next delivery. So he hasn't compounded the error there.
Oh, how did that miss the stumps? That's disappointing for the Cheshire Cats. A great delivery there. Befuddled the batsman and the wicketkeeper, and it's gone for 4 byes.
That's a big morale blow for the captain and the bowler. You've done everything right there. He's bowled the googly.
Missed the stumping. Difficult chance. It's bounced a bit more than it usually does in India. But he should have done better there.
Should have done way better there. Yeah.
Robinson coming down the crease there. There's a good foot outside the batting crease. Definitely a chance.
That's Matt Parkinson covering a lot of ground, gets the right boot out to it. And it's all looking and feeling very comfortable here for the Joburg Jets. They need 3 quick wickets here, do Cheshire Cats. You can see how watchful Robin is. He knows that Williams is the threat. And that's a superb spell of bowling. Beyond, he deserved another wicket. I felt there 17 from his 20 deliveries with the field up. So superbly bowled, but probably just not enough to get the team into a position where they can apply pressure in the back end. Beyond, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, superb spell from Jack Williams there. Unlucky not to pick up the stumping. Get the second wicket. Gets that. Gott was staying down too much. When he always told to stay down as a wicket keeper, and the ball bounced a bit. He should have anticipated a bit more. I think the 74 for 2. And Cheshire Cats would feel like they've got half a chance here.
Bjorn, do you think it's maybe in the Joburg Jets' thought of going for the bonus point win?
I don't think it looks like. I'm just looking at their last 5 balls here. They've been lucky to get those 4 byes. That should have been a stumping. They were very respectful of Jack Williams' bowling there. They've been nurdling a bit, and there's 3 dots in the previous over.
So I'm going to put you on the spot. If you could run out a message now, knowing how important it is to top the group, and 4 of the 5 teams that top the group go straight through to the quarterfinals, and one of those teams that win the group won't go straight through to the quarterfinals, do you think this is a moment where you go, guys, listen, we want to secure top of our table, and we want to make sure we have a good net run rate, or do you think you just go for the win yet?
I think you just go for the win. If you win all 3 matches, you finish top, eh?
Yeah, there is a chance that you might not go directly through, but they've still got a good road team in their group, so there's no guarantees that they're even going to win the group, is there?
There's no guarantee they're going to win this match, though, either. So 74, they need to chase down. They need 46 off, what is it, the next 20 balls, next 30 balls.
But what you say is right. There's actually no guarantee that they will win this game. It looks like a procession from here, but the one thing that can give Cheshire Cats a little bit of a hope is there's perhaps some frailty at the back end of the Joburg Jets batting lineup, but that's a very, very small glimmer of, I wouldn't even call it hope, just something to hang on to.
Should be 2 here. Fielder's done well to cut off the angle. Didn't time it as well as I thought.
So Surveyor, expensive with his first over.
I do think that the Joburg Jets will be looking for 1 big over just to make that run chase a bit easier. So we'll be looking for 1 bad over. If the ball's there to be hit, I think they'll go for it. They seemed comfortable against Surveyor previously. He hasn't got hold of that. He's lucky to get away with that, Surveyor.
Well fielded from Steve Hayes out there. So Sean Robin trying to umpire while he's batting. I don't think that was anywhere near a no ball.
No, it's just a rank full toss there, and he should be concentrating on hitting that for 6 like he has done before. He should have given it the same treatment he gave Dave Hurst's ball.
Good over so far.
What's a quick one? Short. Straight too long off.
Take the game deep. That's all you should be saying when you're in the fielding team here. Take it as deep as possible, and you just never know what can happen. Robin,
What do you think about giving Steve Hayes a ball here?
I do think Robinson is the right bowler to be bowling now. Probably maybe give Steve Hayes the next over, but I just fancy Robinson from this end. I've seen the odd one staying a bit low, and coming from his height, bit of variable bounce, and he skids it on. So I fancy him for an LBW or bowl, dear Bjorn. Just get that feeling that that's a potential option here.
So bowled. That's a pretty quick delivery. There's a big gap behind square now. Oh, there's another stumping going a begging. So wide.
That's a tough score, Bjorn. That would have been some stumping if he pulled that one off.
They stickle, they don't doze.
He's done well to...
He actually had it.
Yeah.
It just didn't stick in his hands there.
Good from Robinson.
Sometimes those ones down the leg are actually easier because you don't actually think about it. And it's just a reflex.
Don't know if you watched the Masters World Cup, but unbelievable stumping
Did
from...
see that was fantastic stuff by the Barbados keeper.
So Jandre Johnson played a mature knock here. He knows the value of his wicket, and he's just played completely within himself, beyond maturity here. 28 from 26. Not the strike rate that we know he's accustomed to, but it's not what's needed at the moment. All is needed is him to preserve his wicket and ensure that he's there at the end, and then the Jets will be off the mark with the win.
Yeah, it's also got to play for your team, and you got to know your team's capabilities and strengths, and this is what his team needs.
There's the LBW, Bjorn, and he's trying to go for the review, but we did mention here that we thought Robinson was a chance for an LBW or bowl. He's just got that ability to bowl wicket to wicket at a decent pace.
It's good pressure from Robinson. Really good over. Let's have a look at this. That slipped him on the toe first. Looks pretty adjacent.
A timeline was suggesting that there was wouldn't even call it pressure, but there was just a little bit of, what's the word, Bjorn? Would you call it pressure? I don't think they would have felt pressure. Possibly pressure, but just a little bit of momentum going towards.
A lot of dot balls there, no boundaries. I think there was pressure building, and I think it's caused a false shot there. And Robin should have been more aggressive. He's batting nicely. So they miss out on getting him in the bank. New batsman's ruined Kutsa.
Tell you what, Bjorn, if they can somehow get rid of Johnson here, then the game's wide open again. But Kutsa's a good player as well, isn't he?
Yeah, he's really come on leaps and bounds in the last 2 years. Johnson needs to concentrate. Needs to take his team to the finish line here.
Straight down the fielder could have done. The fielder.
William should have been walking in there.
What do you think, Bjorn? Is that the parachute there? It was flat.
I think he was thinking about where he's going to have his dinner tonight and was napping a bit. I think that was a chance. He's definitely not walked in. I think Savaya might want to review that highlights later. I think Johnson got away with one there. Kutsa's on strike.
And they got a good captaincy from Hurst. New batsman on strike, so he brings in Williams from long off to mid off.
No easy singles here.
It's got a little bit of a nervy feel, yeah? We've seen games lost from this position before in last man stands in some of our big events, Bjorn.
Well, if someone's going to pull it off, it's probably going to be Hurst. He's been really good with his field settings and applying pressure where he can.
He's just mind games. He's now saying to Johnson, I've got my mid-off up now. Try and hit me over the top.
They've just got to be mindful of the time here. They're running a bit behind schedule, the Cheshire Cats, with all these field changes, but keep one eye on the clock. $20-5. Score is 82 for 2 after 13. Andre Johnson going at a runner ball. A new batsman on strike. It's a lovely shot. It's 4 runs. It eases the pressure already. Can feel a sigh of relief from the Joburg Jets change room below us. Very good shot by Kutsa. He's waited for it and used the pace of the ball. Possibly you want a fielder out there. And I think Hurst could be wasted. He's bowling quite quickly. It's a bit slow, that one. Should be 2 here as well. I settle for 1. Johnson on strike. Steve Hayes has come right on the eye line. That's a short mid wicket there. A dot ball. Oh, Andre Johnson has been tied up nicely by the bowling attack of Cheshire Cats. He's definitely been told to make sure he gets his 50 here and keep it on the ground. Playing an anchor role for the team. That's a wide. It's a quicker one. It's a little teaser for Steve Hayes there. Nothing worse than seeing the ball just beat you for pace and you've got to run after it. It's the end of the over. 90 for 2 after 14. Good over from Luke Robinson. And for the one boundary early on, but tidy stuff. 17 after 3. Picking up the 1 wicket. 30 from 30. It's anyone's game. Got to back the Joburg Jets from this stage, but as Wayno was saying, it's 90 for 4. 2 new batsmen at the crease. Then that scene 30 of 30 seems a lot harder to achieve. I don't know what the confrontation's going on here. It's all about, a little meeting. You get on with the game here. Quick game's a good game. 4:45 now. Overs are taking about 4.5 minutes. Save your legs there. That's a lovely shot there by Kutsa. He's timing the ball superbly since he's come to the crease.
Yeah, that boundary beyond just really released any pressure if there was any.
Should be 2 here. Going to settle for 1.
Robinson moves well in the outfield. He's got a good arm, so I don't think there's 2 to him, but nearly any other field there probably would have been 2 there beyond.
They don't seem to be attacking the 2s anymore though either. They settled for their 1s quite early on.
So half a shot from LBW from Surveyor. He first delivery went for a 4. Needs to try and come back and win the last 2 deliveries of this over. That's going to go away for 4, I think, again. And Johnson just showing that time at the crease gets easier. Well placed, just uses his wrists there to maneuver the ball into the gap.
Short and wide, another boundary. Can't bowl there. It's just a freebie.
So it looks like it's very comfortable now. 17 from just 25. That over's broken the shackles, I think. It was a sequence of a few dots before that ball then, but a few boundaries in the last few deliveries, and now it's only 17 of 25. So, barring a miracle, Joburg Jets will win their first game of their campaign, and they will be delighted with that. And Cheshire Cats will be 2 from 2 in terms of losses, but they won't be out the tournament though. They still be alive here beyond if they can ensure that they get the losing bonus points here.
I think Matty Parkinson would completely be shocked at your last comment there. While he's bowling, they've always got a chance. Can make a miracle here. This over. It's a little hat trick here to shake things up. I'm sure he's believing that they can still win. He starts with a wide. They're not going to do it like that.
You can see what he's trying to do there beyond. Ron Kutzer's batting on off stump. So I think he's trying to fire one in at the legs and maybe get him to play across the line and try and get an LBW. You can see where Kutzer set up. Well bowled actually there.
Very well bowled there. He misses that. He's the out LBW or bowled.
So I don't think the bonus points are even a factor here. He needs to go bang, bang, bang to... Needs 2 6s and a 4, I think, here to try and secure the bonus points. Do you think he should be having to think about it, Jabian? Ruan Kutzer, does he try and go hard on this ball?
He should, eh? That's a good delivery, though. No, you got to play the ball on its merit. That was a great delivery there.
So how many do they need yet of these next 3 deliveries? The next 2 deliveries, Björn?
Yeah, I don't think they can do it now.
So, yeah, I think...
Unless there's a no ball.
6-6 could actually do it, though, Björn. I think it would be... that only gets them tired, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So, bonus points if you chase down the score in 15.4 overs.
It's a lovely shot there. And a run hard. Great fielding in the deep.
He's a great athlete, is Luke Robinson, and he hasn't given up.
Look at that arm.
This has been a good knock from John Dre Johnson. He's just played regulation cricket, Bjorn. He hasn't even tried any risk whatsoever.
Not been the most exciting knock of his, but it's definitely been one of his best knocks that I've watched.
You hit the nail on the head earlier, Ben, when you said it's a team game. And sometimes people think a guy striking it at a runner ball is not playing for the team, but actually in this situation, him going out and playing a stupid, reckless shot would not be playing for the team. So in this situation, what the team needed was him to bat it, run a ball, and just take the game deep. So done exactly what the team's required from him.
Yeah, it's been a fantastic knock. I think he deserves a beer after this game, Wayno. Oh, Matty Parkinson's gone for the slower ball. That'll be costly there. Ends off with 3 runs there given away. Jandre Johnson moves to 41 from 36. Ruan Kutz's on 20 from 12. Great little innings by Ruan. He's come to the crease and looked at ease. He's been middling it from ball 1. Good signs for the Joburg Jets for the rest of the tournament. They just need to make sure that they don't waste any of Lesego Koklubana's overs again. 7 off 20. So Colin Johnson coming on for a second. That's a good move by the skipper. Needs to keep the youngster in the game. Can have a quick breakthrough here. Do him a world of good. It's 42 from 37 for Johnson. It's a shot of the day for Ruan Kutza. Just held a pose there. I think that's the ball game. What a way to finish a splendid match. Congratulations to the Joburg Jets. Get their first win of the tournament after one game. And there are going to be some celebrations tonight in the Joburg Jets camp. Cheshire Cats certainly not smiling at the moment. A disappointing performance from them. They've let themselves down and they've let their fans down back home in Cheshire. Wasn't their best today. We know they're better than that. Let's hope they have a good team huddle and come back stronger for their next match. We're going to watch some of the highlights now. It's Bjorn Briggs signing off. I'll be back shortly with the start of the next game, which is the Perth Power taking on the Delhi Lions, which should be an absolute cracker of a game. Stay with us, and we'll be back shortly.